Hey Fox Hollow, welcome to school year 2021. So for the first art project that we're going to be doing, and this is for the entire school, we've been putting together sketchbooks. Remember last year when we did a sketchbook? In fact, here is my sketchbook. There it is, from last year, if you guys remember that. And this year we are going to do the same kind of a sketchbook. So if you're at home and you have a piece of cardstock and some copy paper, that's all you're going to need for your sketchbook. You'll need 5 pieces of copy paper and 1 piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 11 so that it will fit the copy paper. And you're going to take the cardstock, and remember how I taught you how to fold it in half so that it does not slide and your corners end up uneven. So you're going to take and fold it over the top of your hands. Let's see if you can see this. And you're going to line up those corners really, really well. And when they get all lined up, walk your fingers over and don't let go. And then you're just going to take your finger and you're going to slide it back to the crease. And then you're going to slide off one side and then you're going to slide off the other side. And because you did not let go, it's going to end up being absolutely perfect. And even if it's not absolutely perfect, that's totally fine. Okay, so the things that I need you to put on your sketchbook, this just so that you can get in the habit of doing this every year, because we are going to do a sketchbook every single year. What I want you to do is I want you to put your name across the front in your very best block print, okay, and nice and big. And then at the bottom, I would like you to put the year 2020, 2021. And then over on the other corner, I want you to put your teacher so that you know which grade. You can put the grade that you were in or whatever you want. And with your name, I want you to leave this part right here blank. Leave it white so that you have contrast, so that the light and the dark, they're opposites, and so that makes it so your name really stands out. And then the background can be done however you want it to. So last year I really liked this mural artist named Greg Mike, and so I did my sketchbook along the lines of his artwork. And then this year I was looking online and I found this really awesome art. It's called Neurographic art, which you can Google and find lots of YouTube videos on how to do it. But it's super simple. So let me just show you how to do this and maybe you can have some fun with that. Or if you like puppy dogs, kitties, hearts, stars, rainbows, whatever you want to put on the background, make it something that you like, okay? But for the neurographic art, all you need is a ballpoint pen. And let's tip this down so you can see that. And what you're going to do is you're just going to doodle some lines from one side to the other. You can add shapes to it. Maybe I want some squares, some circles, and then we're just going to zigzag or loop-de-loop some lines through it, all different ways. My suggestion is not to make tons and tons of lines, otherwise you're going to be working on your sketchbook for a really, really long time. But after you get done with that, if you look really closely, do you see all these parts that have points? So they look like the tip of a triangle. They're an angle, right? They're not curved or rounded. They come to an angle where the line intersects. What we're going to do is we are going to curve that out. So wherever there's an angle or where the lines intersect, we're going to turn that from a rounded or from a pointy angle, and we're going to round it off. See how I rounded that one? Let's see, I'll round a couple more. And it completely changes the look of the art. Makes it really fun and organic. So remember, organic is something that we find in nature. And you can make some of the lines thicker and some of the lines skinnier, because when you have different line weights, it makes your art look more interesting. So do you see how I rounded those off? All right, so that's what you're going to do. And then you can color it in. You can use colored pencils, you can use markers, you can use crayons. This one I used colored pencils on. So on the bottom, I just use one color per little shape. And I used value too. Remember how I taught you about the tornadoes and using heavy pressure to make it darker, and then the lighter pressure makes it really light? So in the middle of it, I went really super light where my pencil was just barely touching the paper. And then around the edges, I made it more dark so it gives it that kind of three-dimensional look to it. And on the top, I actually used different colors. Like this one, I used pink, orange, and yellow. And this one was purple and blue. And this one was purple and pink. So you can have lots of fun doing stuff like that. All right, so that's what you're going to do for your art project for this week. And next Friday, I will upload the next part to this, okay? And I'll show you how to put the sketchbook together. Talk to you later.